If you're feeling rich after getting paid and then suddenly you're feeling broke again, you're not by yourself, because one report found that 68% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck as of August 2025. And it's not because you're lazy or you're bad with money. It's because life is really expensive right now and you're spending a lot of money trying to make ends meet. But here's the good news. You don't need a massive lifestyle makeover to start getting ahead. All you need is 3 small changes that's going to solve the problem, create new opportunities, and slowly better your life. Let's get into it. So check this out. There was a time where payday was actually enjoyable. So who remember this, right? You go to work, get paid on Friday, put a little money to the side, and use the rest to live life. I'm talking about going to the movies, partying, hanging out with your friends, whatever. It wasn't about being rich. It was just normal. You can actually have fun. Fast forward today, you'll be lucky if you even have $1 left by the end of the month. Rent keeps going up like it's no tomorrow. Groceries is getting more expensive, and gas is completely out of control. And it always feels like there's always something to pay for. Just when you thought you caught up, life threw a brand new bill at you. And let's not forget, with this economy, your boss is not making anything easier for you as well. You're barely getting any raise. Your hours are getting cut, and they're acting like you should be grateful for what you have. And with social media, it's making things even worse. You go online, you see all these people living their luxury lifestyle. They're taking these expensive trips. They have these exotic cars, eating at these expensive restaurants. And you start thinking to yourself, well, am I the one who's doing something wrong? The reality is you're not. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're just trying to survive in a world where everything is expensive. And that's exactly why we're having this conversation. You don't need a perfect budget. You just need a few small changes that's going to create a better life for you. And honestly, I don't even think what most people are asking for is too much. Like, okay, fine, it'll be cool to be rich and all, but in reality, what they want is way simpler. We want a livable wage. We want to be able to pay our bills without feeling stressed. We want to be able to spend time with our friends and families without having to feel guilty that we should be working right now. We want to be able to handle random expenses without it turning into some big emergency. Basically, we want a normal life. And if we had that, if we can cover our basics, save some money, and still enjoy life, I genuinely think that most people would be happy with that. But here's the problem. In the real world, a lot of us are living paycheck to paychecks, so it's really hard to come up with a simple budget when your money is already spoken for. And with a system completely rigged against you, it's no wonder the average person is completely fed up with everything. And that's why I'm sharing the 3 minimalist changes that started changing everything for me. Number 1, job hopping on purpose. So let me ask you guys this. How many of you guys have had a job, pour all your blood and soul into that job, hoping you get promoted, just for you to sit back and watch somebody else who did half the amount of work get promoted? Comment below, because I think most of us have had that experience. So let me explain. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, it's not because you're spending too much money. It's because your income sucks. And a lot of jobs is going to try to give you a tiny raise that doesn't even make a difference compared to your rent. So you end up working harder just to live in the same place. Now, here's what you should do, because you have to understand a lot of these employers, they don't really care about you. So don't quit just yet, but you should start looking for another job, because a lot of the time, your current employer is only paying you based on the experience you had, not the added bonus of everything you actually did for them. Whereas if you hop from one job to another, you're more likely to get 20 to 30% raise compared to what you're currently getting. And now, I'm not saying you should quit your job every other 5 minutes, because if employers look at your resume and they see the inconsistency, that's a red flag. But if you are living paycheck to paycheck, you need more money. And the best way to get more money is to get another job that's paying you more, instead of having to wait for some promotion you may never even get. Number 2, monetize a skill you already have. So the best way to stop living paycheck to paycheck is to stop depending on one paycheck to even start with. And before you guys stop me and try to say things like, but I don't have any skills. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You just don't call them skills because they feel normal to you. So if you're somebody, if you can write, you edit, you design, you take pictures, and you're organized, that's a skill. You just have not put a price tag on it yet. So let me give you guys an example, right? Let's say you're really good at writing, for example. You can help people with LinkedIn or resumes. And if you're really good at organizing, you can do virtual assistants. And I know exactly what you guys are thinking too. What about AI? Well, what about AI? The thing with AI is it's completely unnatural. It sounds really robotic and it have no actual humor. And that's where you come in. You can always add your own spice, add your own personality to make it even better. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be useful, because if you do that for a very long time, you'll realize that you'll make so much money, not only to stop living paycheck to paycheck, but to also take something you started off as a side hustle to an actual full-time self-employed job. Number 3. Stop treating leftovers as saving. So here's one thing you may have missed. The paycheck to paycheck cycle has a pattern. You get paid, you pay your bills, you buy food, you handle life, and then you tell yourself, whatever's left, I'll save. But here's the problem. There's almost always nothing left. And it's not because you're irresponsible. It's because for some reason, life is really good at taking up space. I mean, look at the universe, right? So if you have money in your check-in, you will spend it. Remember, something always pop up. You don't know how, you don't know why, but they always do. That's why you can never save, right? So here's the thing that changed everything for me by flipping the order around. So instead of paying myself what's left, I pay myself first. Like when I get paid, the first thing I do is move $100 to the side. And it may not look like much on the surface, but that's what's going to make the other 2 changes actually work. Like for example, right? If you hop from one job to another and you're not making more money and you don't prioritize saving, your lifestyle will increase, but you will still feel broke. And if you monetize your skills and you're making extra money, but you don't pay yourself first, it will disappear into some random spending. And guess what? You will still be broke. So if you really think about it, the third changes is the glue. It turns more money into more stability. So yeah, stop waiting for leftovers when you get more money. Take the saving out first and force the rest of your life to fit the remaining number. And that's how you stop living from paycheck to paycheck. So if you guys enjoyed today's video and you guys gain any value from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and push the notification bell for more on sustainable fashion, personal finance, and minimalism. I'll see you guys on my next video.